so mean I make medicine sick. That's bad.
This is combat culture.
Are we live? I believe we're live. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone in attendance. This is Combat Culture Africa. Today with me is none other than the handsome, the good-looking, the resident ninja,
Thank you.
martial arts extraordinaire, our coach, our teacher, our analyst, my friend, my younger brother, Chidi Bboydiml, Nwankwo. Chidi, say something for the people.
Thanks for that amazing intro, man. Always killing it
Yeah,
every
give
fucking
me a
time.
second.
Every time. Oh, sorry, are we allowed to swear?
Yes, you can do whatever you want, man. We're free.
Okay, perfect.
So how's your day going, bro?
That was good. Just a bit stressful, but yeah, you know how it is in Abuja now.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, if we're saying it's stressful, I wonder what people in Lagos are saying.
Exactly. Exactly, man.
Last, let's just be grateful, man. Boy, it's good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
Same here.
So for the people at home, just let me cast Chidi small. I sent Chidi everything we needed for this podcast. Every single thing Chidi needed, I sent to him. I sent the graphics, the write-ups, the link, the YouTube link. And then by this podcast will start by 7 p.m.
7.
By
7.
6:42. Chidi sending me
It
a
was
message asking
6:20.
me, "So what's your address?" And I'm like, "Address?" Chidi is like, yeah, he's waiting for the traffic to die down so he can start coming to my house. I'm like, dude, open your phone.
Like I said, it's been a really long day for me, man. It's been a long
don't worry,
day.
I forgive you, man. I forgive you. Okay, all right. So, Chidi, we have a few things to go over. And the first one is going to pop on the screen now. So, because it's been a while, people haven't tuned into the show in some years. Things have changed. We've all grown on different paths, and maybe people that haven't seen you in all these years since we did since we started the show in Body Rocks, maybe they need a little introduction. So why don't you tell people who you are?
Okay, so a lot of you know me as Chidi, and pretty much, yeah, that's who I am. I'm a mixed martial artist, also a coach. I'm still an active fighter. If those some of you that are wondering, yes, I'm still very active. But you know, I know how things are now in Nigeria. I'm active for the right price. Yeah, that's what I keep telling people. But yeah, I still love. I'm still in the game. I still love the games. Most of you see from my page, I'm always still active. I'm always still training, and that's something that's not going to change. And I love teaching people. Yeah, so that's always me as well. I'm always like trying to bring up the new generation of martial artists in Nigeria, most especially in Abuja here. Actually, I'm always trying to like develop them, you know, bring them up to speed because there's so much talent, so much potential everywhere. Excuse me, everywhere. So that's what I'm always trying to do, just to improve, catch people up. And yeah, I mean, you can see from my page, I'm born to do this.
Okay, and just give me a second. I'm doing the magic behind the scenes so that Okay, all right, man. So for the people at home who don't know, Chidi's introduction, I think he's even underselling himself. Chidi is so let me do a bit. Maybe let me add small salt to what you said.
All right, sure.
And yeah, so my story is very intertwined with Chidi. My story as a martial artist, and everybody, like now I'm young Jollof, but before I was young Jollof, I was just a regular guy that walked into the gym and wanted to learn how to be more confident, how to be better at expressing himself, how to just be a better human being. And Chidi was the second person to welcome me into martial arts training. Chidi taught me how to do boxing. Chidi taught me kickboxing. Chidi taught me wrestling. Chidi taught me jujitsu. Chidi became my friend. Chidi is my guy. So yeah, I just wanted to add, and he trains a lot of guys in Abuja. He trains at Body Rocks Fitness Studio. He hops from there to Taurus Martial Arts, trains other people there. He has people that he trains privately, professional guys, amateur guys, people that just do it as a hobby. That's something we're going to visit later on. Chidi is a dope human being, and we both went to
Thanks,
Katsina.
man.
So I just have to throw my hat in there because yeah,
Thanks.
and
Yeah.
we also all started this podcast together. Me,
Oh yeah.
Chidi Bboydiml Nwankwo, Innocent Skelly Edache, and Icebox Mayo Okunu. So we it's the four of us, and Chidi was the heart and soul of everything. So yeah,
Oh,
kudos.
thank you. Thank you. Thanks, man.
Okay. All right. Now that all the mushy stuff is out of the way, the second topic, Chidi, what are your thoughts
Ooh,
on the
bro.
African Warriors events that happened in Katsina?
Bro, I'm so glad you even asked this question because like all week, well, as soon as we came back, I've literally haven't stopped smiling just because of the thoughts of everything that happened, everything we experienced, right from the delays, which the unfortunate, the unfortunate delays and stuff, then getting there, how we were treated, and
Bro, tell
then the
them about the delay, though.
weather.
Tell them about that delay. Don't skip
Oh,
on
okay.
that. Yeah,
Okay,
tell
yeah,
them.
like I was so yeah, how it all started. So Oche hit me up and was like, yo, okay, there's this gig for obviously a combat culture gig that we're covering the African warriors. So I was like, he asked me if I'm free. I was like, obviously, it's Oche, I'm not gonna say no. Even if I'm free, it doesn't matter. So I was like, yeah, I'm 100% down for it. So he told me he's in Katsina. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting, because I've literally never been to the north. I've literally never been to the north, so I was like, yeah, this should be like a really fun trip. I mean, obviously, it's my Archer is my guy, so like it's always going to be fun, like have going on trips with your guy. So I was like, yeah, I'm down on board. So our flight was like around 2. Then next thing, Archer hit me up like with an update saying that oh, he got moved to 4, right? Yeah,
Yeah, four.
yeah. So we were already in the airport like from 1. And we were like, okay, for just a few hours, we'll be there. Next thing, another update, another delay. We, till the point we ended up staying 11 hours in the airport. 11 hours.
Shout outs to MaxAir, man. Shout outs to
uh,
MaxAir.
MaxAir, thank you. Shout out to
Yeah.
them.
Shout
Okay.
outs to them. Because, bro, 20K people viewed comeback culture in the last 30 days, right? So
Yeah.
if not 10% of that hear us say shout outs to Max
Shout
Air
out
and
to
their
MaxAir.
hour 11 hour layover. Hopefully next time we'll get a free flight where we're going there.
I'm
Hopefully.
telling you, man, it was horrible. 11 hours. I've never in my life spent 11
Yeah.
hours in the airport.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't
It
like
was
they
like
even compensated us or anything like that.
nothing. They gave us extra. What's the thing that they give you on the plane?
I don't
The
lunchbox. That's
Yeah,
what I
they gave
call
it.
it.
They said
I just call it lunchbox,
bro,
bro.
bro. Anyway, yeah, let's not dwell on the negatives too much. So when we got to Katsina, yeah,
Oh
what
yeah.
what,
So
what was
when we
that
got to
like?
Castina, sorry, can you remind me the driver's name? Because he was really nice to us as well.
Aliyo, I believe. Aliyo and Yah. I think some people called him Yahaya, but he saved his name as Aliyo on my phone.
Aliyo. Oh yeah. Aliyo picked us up and he was really nice. Like I'm really chatty as well. Like he's a really wholesome guy. So he was just, telling us about the whole city, how what's amazing about the whole city, and it was really captivating. Like looking around, even though like everything was empty because we were like there on 12-ish, past 12, I think,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
morning. So everything looked so calm and nice. Then we got to the hotel, and we were both just completely knackered. Like we were tired and we pretty much just said our good nights and went to our rooms and passed out and got prepared for, the next day. Oche I don't understand this guy. Like he woke up super early, did his stretches, did his workouts, went for the coffee. I'm like, I was still passed out because I needed more sleep. I needed more sleep, man. I don't understand how you did that, but I was like, okay. Because when you texted
bro,
me saying that
bro.
you're in the restaurant, I was like, what's
Yeah.
wrong with this guy? Like, what's
Bro, I
wrong
was
with this
looking
guy,
out for
man?
you, man. I was looking out for you. Yeah. But to just add, Sha, the thing is, I was really feeling the energy of the city, like from the moment we
Yes.
landed.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just like, man, I want to see what this place is like before the sun comes up. I want to feel the air, like how cold is it?
Mm.
Like I just wanted to do all of that. So that first day, as soon as I woke up, and the thing is, I already wake up by 4 a.m. almost every day. So it's kind of
Oh,
second
okay.
nature. Yeah, that's when I do all the combat culture stuff, to be honest. Because if not, I won't have
Okay.
time.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I do that, then I work out, then I now do whatever I need to do for the rest
Yeah.
of the day.
Okay.
So
That's,
so
that's
so
good.
even when we travel, it kind of carries on there. I can't really stop it.
Yeah, I
But
get you.
yeah. So yeah, man. Carry on, please. So we went to the
Oh yeah,
restaurant.
they went to the
We met.
restaurant, and then
Yeah, we
you
met
already
the
went there before me. Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah. I went to the restaurant. I ordered coffee. I don't know. I couldn't really eat while we were there. But to be honest, I don't eat breakfast already, so I knew that that was okay. I drink black coffee in the morning. I'm cool. But if I eat food, I just start to feel slow. So I was
yeah, no, I
cool
get
with
that.
just having coffee. Yeah. So but yeah, I went there. I had coffee as I was ordering. Let me take the story a bit from here because this is where I come
Yeah,
in. So I walked
okay.
into the restaurant by 7:30 a.m. after training and everything. And then
Mm.
I say, okay, do you guys have coffee? The lady at the desk, her name was Mercy. Yeah, Mercy. She was really nice. Mercy now
Messy,
said, oh,
yeah, she was
yeah.
nice. Yeah,
So they have coffee. The coffee is 300 naira a cup. Like I'm like 300 naira a cup. So that
yeah,
was one of the first pros, like the first pros of Katsina.
yeah.
Everything
Everything is so cheap.
Everything is cheap. Food is cheap. Drinks are
Yeah,
cheap. Suya is cheap. Like transportation, everything is cheap. I was like,
everything,
okay,
everything.
yeah, cool stuff, cool stuff. So as I'm ordering this coffee, I turn and I'm looking for a free seat, and I just see one guy sitting on a table, and I'm
I
like,
mean,
who's this Caucasian man with brown hair
he
or
doesn't
is it
stand
black
out at
hair?
all. Like,
It
he
doesn't
doesn't
stand
stand
out
out at
at all. It doesn't stand out in any way. And I just walk over to him and I'm like, yo, are you Luke? And then he just looks at me and just says, yo, I'm Luke Leyland. And I'm like, wow, like, dude, like, how you doing? Like,
Even in the accent.
bro, I don't even know where that came from. But yeah, man, I was like, yo, Luke, what's good, man? Like, how you doing? Like, I'm the commentator for the event. I've been analyzing the whole thing. Like, I came here with my co-host. Like, he's coming down soon. Like, what's up? What's up? Tell me about you. Like, I want to know about you to help us talk more about you on the podcast and like on the commentary team and
Yeah,
everything. Like, I just start like throwing at him. Like, and he doesn't even miss a beat. Like, he just matches my energy. He's just like,
yeah,
okay, yeah, he came from Liverpool. He's been training for this long. This is his first actual big fight. Like he just spars in the gym and like he's been looking for an
yeah.
opportunity to come out, and he just saw Dambe and he said, yo, he wants to come try his hand at this thing and just have a mutually beneficial. He wants to give it exposure. He wants to test
Yeah.
himself. And it just worked out in this nice way. And he just tells his story. And I know we're going to talk about Luke later on in the show, but Luke was just dope. Luke was
Yeah,
just
he was a
dope.
cool guy.
Just a cool guy, just humble, nice, down to
Yeah,
earth, chilling with the fighters, like no segregation, no separation. He
nothing.
underwent the whole culture. He didn't skip anything. He didn't
See,
act like a
that part I really
celebrity.
liked. Yeah.
What? He was dope. Dope. But yeah, so
Most
I sit down with Luke, and then sorry, were you trying to say something?
no, finish up.
Yeah, so I'm talking with Luke, and then eventually I see another guy. Bro, sorry, I have to explain why my eyes are so red. And it's because I haven't slept since we got
Okay.
back. Yeah, I'm still
Really?
running. Yeah, I'm running on
Ah,
like 6 hours right now. So after this podcast, like that's why I'm drinking so much water. After this podcast, I'm going straight
you're
to
done.
sleep. Like straight to sleep. I'm done. Even though
You
we're
too,
doing
man. You
like
need it. You need it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So Luke is with me on the table, and then eventually the door opens, and then I see this guy comes in, really cool, with his head warmer on, glasses, shorts. He's wearing Air Force 1s and like a cool
Oh,
T-shirt.
okay,
And
Charles.
yeah, Charles. And I'm like,
Yeah.
like who's this guy? Then behind him, there's like this crew of guys holding high-tech camera equipment, and everybody's just looking like Men in Black or something. And I'm like, man, what's happening here? And they're like, yo, that they're shooting a documentary, and like they're doing a Netflix documentary covering Luke's story, African
Yeah.
warriors, everybody that were involved, and they need to come and cover this conversation as well. And then it just became a thing, and like that was so dope because Maxwell showed up as
Yeah.
well. In Maxwell, shout outs to Maxwell. Maxwell Kalu, founder, CEO, African Warriors Fighting Championship, inspirational individual, dope guy.
Mm.
And then his cousin showed up too, Emmanuel too, his
Emmanuel.
partner in crime, solid guys, like solid team.
Very,
And we
very
just
solid
sat
guys,
down
man.
and just had a nice conversation. Chidi, like, how did that conversation go, man? Like, because you were
I
sitting, I
loved it.
left
Like,
eventually. Yeah.
yeah, I loved every bit of it. Like, first, I had a conversation with Luke. Like, I wanted to get to know him more. just take a deep dive into his mindset and know exactly what makes him tick or why the hell he would even want to do this. But yeah, he's so determined. Like the confidence level was insane. Like I even started to like think that, oh, okay, you know what? He has a really, really solid chance in winning
Yeah.
this. Like, just shunning all the doubters or the haters, whatever you want to call it. But like the way he spoke and everything, and then I wanted to know about his background because I did a bit of investigation even before I met him, and I found out that he did pro wrestling. So pro wrestling, WWE, WWF, anyone,
Chidi, are you still
Raw,
with me?
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm just giving an idea, like, because
yeah,
again,
because
most people
Chidi.
know pro wrestling as Olympic wrestling, so that's why.
Oh, Chidi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, carry on, please. Carry on, please. I
So I'm
said
just like trying
my
to like
colleague
ex
this.
Okay, okay. So I'm just like trying to explain pro wrestling because some people might know pro wrestling as Olympic wrestling. So pro wrestling is basically entertainment kind of wrestling, basically. And he did like that as a full career for 3 years, I believe he said. And then after that, he went into boxing and then basically just kind of did like sparring, not necessarily like amateur or pro boxing. So I was like, okay, I mean, if he says he spars, on a regular, then that's enough. That's kind of enough combat experience, kind of like just kind of anyway. So I was like, okay, I mean, that's kind of enough. That's like making you're not too scared of getting hit. That's what he just told me. And then the way he spoke, I was like, okay, he seems quite confident. And then he seemed like he had a very good fight IQ, let me put it like that. So I was like, okay, yeah, this guy seems ready. And then Charles and the rest of them, Charles and Maxwell as well. I spoke to all of them, spoke to the whole team. I love the way the whole story, how the whole thing even came together. Apparently, it was Luke that kept reaching out for 2 years. Yeah, reaching out for 2 years for this to happen,
2
and then
years, man. 2 years. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, that is very crazy. But I love the fact that Maxwell obviously gave it time for it to cultivate well enough before he put all this together. So I love the fact that he was patient enough, and then
Mhm.
he needed his whole brand to be in a certain area before he could do this. And then yeah, this is literally a very massive brand right now. And personally, in my eyes, I feel like they're literally the leading company and leading brand in martial arts in Nigeria. Personally, I
It's
feel like they
crazy.
are. And
It's
yeah,
crazy. Isn't
it
that
really is.
crazy?
It really, it
I
really is.
checked, bro. I checked their IG. I have some videos from the event, and I'm gonna post them on the like. We'll play them at the end of the show so that guys can just
Mm,
see some of the stuff that happened. But bro, do you know that there's a video from that event that has 2 million views?
really?
Bro,
Wow.
two
Which
million
one?
on their
Which one?
Instagram. Just go. It's the second. It was when I checked. It was the second video on their IG. Two
Was it the Luke
million
one or
views.
was it Luke one or
It
some
was one of
another
the
one?
ones from the look from this. It was from this weekend. I think probably where Luke was getting hit or like where the closing moments of the
Because
fight.
a lot
Two
of people, I
million.
saw a lot of my friends reposting that one as well.
That's
I'm guessing
wild.
that's the
That's
one.
wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. So yeah, carry. And I want to add, throw in my hat there. I also agree with you. I think they're the leading promotion in
Yeah.
combat sports in Nigeria right now.
In the whole
Like
Nigeria. Yeah.
nobody is doing what they're trying to do, and
And this
nobody
is
has
not even
done
me
has
be this is not
the
like me being trying to be
consistency.
sound biased. Look, no one is paying me to say this. But the truth, I'm an MMA guy. So no one is even paying me to say this. This is just the truth.
Same, same, same,
Yeah.
same. I'm from traditional martial arts. I'm from MMA and
Yeah.
I'm from boxing. Like I'm not. I have no need to give them
Yeah.
props,
But
but
that's the
it's the
crazy truth.
truth.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah.
consistent. They're more consistent than anybody,
Yeah,
and
that's
they keep
true.
trying to top themselves. Like they keep trying to do more.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, props to them. I love everything about them. I love their team. Amazing people all around.
Hmm.
Amazing people.
Hmm. But don't get
Love
carried
everything.
away.
So anyway,
We're
back to the
talking about
conversation.
the yeah. Back to the conversation.
Yeah. So yeah. Sounds like you're freezing up.
I'm with you. I
Yeah,
was
so
waiting for
back
you.
to the conversation. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, so after we spoke, I spoke to Luke about that. And I was actually again, I do commentary, so I was really trying to see if he had a game plan, trying to see if he can spill some, spill some juicy stuff to me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
he tried really hard to keep, all his cards to himself, but then he kind of let some few things slip. And then, which got me thinking as well, 'cause what he told me was that, he's going to like really shock him with calf kicks. And then once he affect his whole movement. He's just going to go in for the kill. Like that was his whole game plan. I was like, okay, cool. But I was like, huh. I know there are kicks in Dambe, right? I know I've seen head kicks, I've seen body kicks, but I don't know about leg kicks. I've never really seen leg kicks. So that got me thinking like a lot as well. Like, okay, I don't know if leg kicks are allowed. So I was like, okay,
Yo, Chidi, are you with me? Chidi, did I lose you? Oh my days, Chidi. Chidi, where are you? Yo, guys, I don't know what happened to Chidi's connection, but I think we should just
so
try.
thankfully
Okay.
he
Aha, you're back. Chidi, Chidi,
yo,
you went off for a bit, man. What happened there?
I don't know, I have no idea what's going on.
Okay, carry. Okay, I tried to hold the show on for you while you were away, but carry on, please carry on from where you were talking about not knowing whether calf kicks were allowed in Dembe.
Oh not many if they were allowed because again, but thankfully he had to cross check to make sure that's all good. Sorry, my screen is acting up. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, so he had to cross check to make sure that that's all good. And yeah, they confirmed that it's allowed. So, and which was interesting because you could see in the fight, the first calf kick he went for, the first leg kick he went for, that really surprised. Sorry, what's his opponent's name?
Shagon
Yellow.
yellow, Shagon yellow.
Shagon Yellow. Yeah, Shagon Yellow. That really surprised Shagon. You can literally see his facial expression just completely change. And then for briefly, I think Luke was like, "I got you," which is really funny as well. So I think that's something that they should really, you know, take advantage of as well. Because their stand, because of their unique stance, wide stance like that, it's always there. I'm sure like all these Muay Thai fighters are looking at so that's all of that. Or that's like, you know, it's
It's
licking their
just
lips and stuff
very
like that.
juicy calf. Yes, bro. Barbecue
Yeah.
calf.
I mean, personally, you know what? Let me just speak on behalf of African Warriors and Maxwell. Bring it on. They're there waiting for you.
Yeah,
Come,
man.
come and
Yeah,
avenge him.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. The thing is that it's also people underestimate the effect of standing inside sand and trying to fight.
Oh yeah. Oh
Your
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, ankle deep inside sand. Please
Mhm.
try, just try. Everything is different. Everything is even that their
That's
stance
true.
self because part of the
Yeah.
stance is because it's so uneven, like the surface. So I understand, Sha, but at the end of the day, like one day, because with the way it's going now, Luke may have just started be like the Logan Paul of this era. And like there'll just be like a whole
Hmm.
stream of guys now coming into Nigeria, like yo saying, I'm going to fight
Yeah. I want to fight
coronavirus, I'm
them.
going to fight Shaiki, I'm going to fight Shagon Yellow. Like you never
Yeah.
know, man. Let's see how because it isn't Luke's story crazy. The fact that
It
he had been
is, man.
hitting them up for 2 years. Even me, my part in that story is that 6 months ago, also when Maxwell and I were chilling, we met up in Abuja and we are just talking about a bunch of stuff. And he just told me, "Yo, Jollof, there's this guy that is coming to fight. You know how Maxwell talks." And I was like, like which guy is coming
Yeah.
to fight? He said, man, that the guy is saying that he wants to come and fight too, and you give him the opportunity. I was like, okay, no problem. If it's happening, you should let me know. He said that yeah, it likely happening in Katsina, but like it will be a while ago, like maybe next year. And
Mm.
crazy enough, like Luke, with his crazy willpower and determination and optimism, managed to manifest it with Maxwell's brilliant promotion IQ. I don't even know how to give that guy props because what he does is actually genius level. Like
Insane.
pulling what he does off, like and seeing it happen. Like this is my second time working with him. But you, I'm
Yeah.
happy that you got to see it too, because like
Experience
I was
it.
really
Yeah.
impressed with him in Abuja. And like when we went, that's why when he said that we should come to Katsina, I was like, yeah, man, no doubt. Like I didn't even stress about security or anything. I
Yeah.
knew like he's a solid guy. He'll look after you. Like just putting it out there, like Maxwell's a solid guy. So
It really is.
African Warriors, African Warriors, kudos to them. So let's not get too carried away, bro. Was still trying to talk about the event, and you haven't even left breakfast yet, and we've been talking for 26 minutes. So please,
Yeah.
can you stay on schedule, please,
Yeah.
Chidi? Hmm?
Okay. So, I mean, roughly that was pretty much the whole breakfast part, and then I think after that we all just kind of like went up to get ready because we needed to go to the venue to make sure things are all set up there as well. So we got like you got the mouth guards, um, the gum shields for the fighters, and that was another trip on his own.
You
Do
want
you
to
want
talk
to
about that?
do you want to talk about that? I was gonna
Okay,
ask you.
all right. Let me
All
let me
right.
talk about it now. All right, now.
Yeah.
So the thing is, just for a bit of context for our viewers
Mm,
at home and people that will watch this on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and WhatsApp stories everywhere eventually, you these guys fight from the age of like 4 till they are adults, and by adult I mean maybe like after the age of 14, 15, then they start competing and representing their houses. And there are 4 houses. There's house Kudu, house Arewa, house
very well.
Gurumada. Yeah, Gurumada. Yeah, just 4. There are 4 now. Is it 3? There are 3
Yeah.
houses, right? Is it
Is
3 or
it?
4? House
I think
Arewa,
it.
Kudu, Gurumada. I think that's it. Please, okay. If I get it wrong, please someone should correct
It's
me in the
probably
comments.
four,
Wait.
but we just can't. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
remember the fourth one, but I
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
it's four.
And
Yeah.
I was on. Wait. Chill, chill, chill. I still have good. That's why you see. I said I haven't slept. I still have the papers that
Katsina,
our yeah. So yeah, so there's House Kudu, House Guru Mada, House Arewa. Only 3 houses. Yeah, so we're right. Three
oh,
houses.
okay.
Yeah, three major Dembe houses. So basically, right, what happens is you grow up in a Dembe house, and like a Dembe house is called a Gidan Dembe, and all you're doing is you're training, like from that age of whenever you can wrap your fist. And they spar really well as well. You saw the video of him, of Shagon, of
Yeah.
coronavirus and Luke sparring. Like they
Yeah.
spar very, very light, very intelligently. They don't hurt themselves in training, but that's because they fight literally every day. Like once you're of fight age, you're fighting from Sunday to Monday. Like it's their life. Like this is what they do. They do nothing but train,
But,
eat, sleep, and fight. Then whatever else they want to do in between,
mm,
that's up to them. And I think that's a crazy lifestyle. Like
routine, right?
that is crazy. So basically, the reason I'm giving all this context is because they don't usually use gum shields. They don't usually use mouth guards. Western martial arts, you always have a gum shield to protect yourself. Always have to have a gum shield so you don't bite your tongue, so you don't do some
Yeah, lose a
terrible
teeth
stuff.
or tooth or
You don't lose your
something.
teeth, something. But these guys never use mouth guards. In fact, from what I gathered while we were there, they actually hate it. So
Yeah.
what it is
It is.
was that the night before, Maxwell calls me because you are. I know that it's hard doing what the African warriors are doing is kind of you have is a delicate dance because you're trying to preserve the culture, but at the same time you're
Mm,
trying to modernize, like you're trying
yeah.
to
Bring it
innovate.
mainstream.
Thank you. So, and if you're trying to make it mainstream, there are certain concessions you have to make, like safety
Yeah.
standards. You have to just up the
Yeah.
safety
Yeah.
standards
For
of the
sure.
fighters. And the gum shield is just one of those things. Now, the fighters may not appreciate it because they've never had to train with them before. It's not in their lifestyle. But
Mm,
now, as with stake.com being involved, international audiences watching, they're just trying to add some
mm,
more innovation and to just help the guys stay safe. And one of them is gum shields. So Maxwell calls me and tells me, yo, can you get me gum shields and from Abuja? And I'm like, yeah, no problem, man. I'll bring them with me. So the following morning, we see him in Katsina. I come out with the gum shields, and then he now says, okay, that can I please coordinate the gum shields, like the guys getting the gum shields. Now, further context. These
mm.
guys, right? They are warriors. When I say they are warriors, I mean they are warriors in the sense that war
Every
is
bit of the
all
time.
they know. They train they fight every single day and train every day. Like, I
Yeah.
think that is insane. And so you have to understand that they are not necessarily educated in terms of Western education. They may not necessarily speak your first language, which is English. They may not necessarily care about your mannerisms and how you want to
Mhm.
present yourself. If you say good morning, they don't answer you. If you say good afternoon, they answer you. If you greet them, it's their life. Like it's them and it's their life. And to be honest, when I'm around them, I play by their rules. I don't
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to
Everyone
pass
does.
myself. Yeah. I'll just
Everyone
I
does.
concede everything. I'm not a tough guy. I'm not big. I'm not.
Mhm.
If they tell me if the guy walks on my shoe and passes, I'm letting him go. Like it's his show. Like this is what they do for a living. I'm not there
Yeah.
to take from them in any way. So we're trying to get these guys to take gum shields, and Maxwell just tells me, "Can you do this for me?" And I said, "Okay, no problem. I'll do that." And then I just asked him, "I only need one thing." Like I said, in my mind, I know I needed two things. I needed Chidi beside me, and I needed and I needed somebody that could speak Hausa, that could translate Hausa for the guys. So he gets us Joanne, who shout outs to Joanne. Joanne, really nice girl, really
Yeah.
awesome personality. Joanne shows up and she's like, okay, she'll translate for us. Also, shout outs to Aisha Momo as well. Aisha,
Aisha, yeah.
yeah, Aisha, amazing person. Two of them just helped us coordinate these warriors in our midst because if it was me and Chidi, they may have just ripped us apart limb from limb. But yeah, but yeah, man, the Joanne comes over and then we get hot water and we start dipping the gum shields inside the hot water and then we have to leave it inside for like 90 seconds. Then we start coordinating each of the fighters to come. So we put them in groups of three. And then Joanne is I'm asking her to do this. Then I'm asking Chidi for advice because I even forgot that we needed to cool the mouth shields after because it was just such a high pressure situation. And then Chidi was like, yo, remember, we need cold water. We need cold water too, man. Give me cold water. I was like, okay, yeah, go get the cold water. So Joanne got us the cold water. We had the hot water. Then we started coordinating the dipping of the mouthpieces. And then she'll call them in Hausa. And each person has a crazy personality. Like each one has a
Mm,
different personality. So this one is coming. He's like, why are they making him wear this thing? Like he's speaking it in Hausa and she's now speaking back Hausa back to him, then translating back to us in English. Like, yo, he's upset about this, but just don't worry, I'm calming him down. And I'm just like, okay, can he please put it in his mouth? And then eventually she'll convince them, they put it in their mouth, we'll tell them, okay, breathe in, take it in, bites down,
mm,
then put it in the water, then take it out. Then they will now give it back. They can't even trust them with taking the mouth guards away because they know that they're not going to bring them back. Like they're not even going to use them. So they have to
yeah.
submit the mouth guards back so that they can now
Back to
bring them
yeah.
to the show later and force them to wear them before the show, which I think was
Mm,
crazy. But to the
yeah, yeah.
glory of God Almighty in heaven, we managed to get everybody to do it. Everybody got theirs except for Luke. And then that was now another plot twist.
The most important person we
The
forgot.
most important person, the most important person didn't now have his own. But yeah, man, Chidi, I've given them the story of the mouth shields, and then we've left the plot twist for later. So please carry on with your
Oh,
story,
no,
man.
no. Okay, let me just at least close that story. Luke ended up still getting his mouth guard. Don't worry about that. He got it towards the end. Because yeah, again we forgot because we just assumed that obviously Luke will have his own special mouth guard that will always be in his bag. But yeah, I think he forgot to do that as well. Actually, no, he mentioned that his bag got lost and flights coming to Nigeria. So most of his stuff, he didn't have most of his stuff because the airline lost his bag. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing that's why he didn't actually have his. But eventually, we gave him just before he got into the fight his mouth guard. So
Hmm. Hmm.
at least he's
Hmm.
still a pretty
Okay.
boy. So
Yeah, man, he still is, man. And the scar, he looked really cool with the scar after, man. It
with the
was a
scar, right?
nice placement for a scar. Yeah.
I just
Okay,
feel so I feel so bad because what are people gonna think as he's going on the plane? He came to Nigeria and leaving with a scar on his head.
bro. He might shock you that so many people will recognize him on the flight.
I know that's the same thing I told him. Like, bro, like he got so much love. We'll get into that actually. We'll get to
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we will get to that. 2 million. I mean, if 2 million people viewed that thing on Instagram, guy, I'm sure maybe one or two people will see him on the plane and know him. But yeah,
For sure.
so your thoughts. Let's just go. So okay, you know what? Let's not skip anything because everything was important. So we got into the
Hmm.
bus with the African Warriors crew and Charles and the documentary crew. And it's also important to remember that the documentary crew guys were recorded us having the conversation with
Oh yeah,
Luke at the table,
yeah,
yeah, which was dope. Like, and that'll hopefully make it in documentary as well. They said
in
it
the
would, so that'll
documentary.
be nice. Yeah. So, dude, you're going to be on Netflix and Amazon Prime. Like, are you not dope?
Hey,
Like, yeah, you're dope,
yeah,
man.
right.
You're dope.
I've missed out two opportunities to be on Netflix, so hopefully this time is going to be. Oh wait,
What's
what?
happening? Yo, what just happened, man?
I just put a peace sign up and then flowers. I mean balloons came
Yo,
up.
black magic, man.
I'm
What
trying to
the
do it
hell?
again. I'm trying to
Bro,
do it again. Okay. Okay, that was a one-time thing
yo,
then.
I'm so happy we got that on camera, man, because I'm going to put that on Instagram. Like, what the hell happened?
The
Anyway, yeah,
timing as
people are
well.
just some cavemen that don't just understand how basic technology is. And then there's one 19-year-old in his basement looking at us right now. And just be like, these guys don't understand that you can do gestures with your hand and then your phone will do magic for you.
Probably
But
thinking
me, I'm
what
a
too
local
old.
Benue man. I don't know anything.
No, he's our age now. He's our age. Don't worry. We're both
You're
old
young, bro.
men.
You're younger
We're
than me,
both
man.
old
Don't
men,
forget.
Ocho.
I do. Let's not get carried away.
All
So
right, all
we
right.
get to we do the documentary bit at the table. We get in the car. We head to the venue, and then we see. Let me give my thoughts on that venue. That venue, right, was it felt like I was walking into a movie scene. Like I said this on Instagram. Like I doubt that when I posted it on my IG, like that was the only thing I felt like could describe it how it felt walking into the place for the first time because you're walking into this coliseum. It looks like a Roman
Exactly.
coliseum where gladiators
Exactly.
come to fight. You have
Mm,
wooden seats that are going up and then it's just raw stone ceramic
yeah.
around you. Then there's this big stage in the middle.
And
It's
stand on
just
it.
bro with sand and then the African Warriors bags around it. The place is shout outs to the open air theater in Katsina. That was the place, man. Like it made me feel. I mean, yeah, I won't. It's not all positives, right? Because I definitely did feel like the place could have done with better maintenance. Like there were parts of the
Yeah,
place
yeah,
where
yeah.
you would just walk around and you're just like, oh, so there's just trash here and stuff. Like but at the same time, maybe now that it's going to be in use more often with
Yes, yes.
AWFC going there. They might up the ante because you
Yeah.
can't really depend on government to do everything. Like private
That's
sector,
true.
people
That's
have to
true.
come in from private sector to do stuff. But basically, Sha, long story short, is we get to this amazing Colosseum venue in the heart of Katsina. People are just walking around. Katsina is cold. Like the air is it's just even by noon, like you can walk out in a
The
hoodie.
chills.
Like when it's
Mm,
12 noon, like no issue. Like your hoodie will keep you nice and warm. It's crazy.
mm,
But the venue is nice. It's out in the open. There's no roof, and it's dry season, so you know it's not going to rain. The AWFC guys are setting up. They're putting up their placards, their signboards, everything. Their branding. It just looks like you're taking Africa to the world. You know, it's like the dopest thing I had
yeah.
seen this year, and
You,
this year is just
you know what's
starting.
crazy?
Today, yeah,
I feel like that was the first time that place has been filled up like that.
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like that
Eight
was the
thousand, eight
very
thousand. They
first
said
time
8,000 seater capacity, man. 8,000 seat capacity, and
it
and
was
it, and
filled
it
to the
was
rim.
overfilled. There were people outside that
Yeah.
couldn't get
Yeah,
in.
no, yeah.
So, bro,
It's crazy.
it's crazy that we got to be a part of that. So like that's history,
Yeah.
man. You contributed to history right there. Never
I'm
before in
so
recent
proud.
history.
I'm so
Yeah, man.
proud, trust me.
Yeah, man. And you you said your first time in the north too. So kudos to you, man.
Exactly, exactly.
All right, so
The
yeah,
first
that's it on the venue. The venue was amazing.
yeah.
Like you'll see it online. Check out their YouTube, their Instagram, African Warriors FC everywhere. You'll see
Mm,
how well laid out it was. So we get there, we check the place out, find our seats, we check out with the sound guys, check video and everything. Then after a short while, we just observe the work that is going on, and then get in the
then we
bus
leave.
and head back to the hotel to go change. So I came in my suit. Shout outs to G Nation. G Nation's my stylist. G Nation boy, G Nation official boy. Please check him out on Instagram. Like he's every suit I wear is made by G Nation. He's my older brother's friend who has also become my friend. And he knew me when I was going to CKC secondary school. And the dude just stuck by me, just thought I was a cool kid. And every time he would see me, he would encourage me. And when I decided to have a career, like he was one of the people that I reached out to about just, oh, I want to be able to look good, I want to look confident, I want to like wear nice looking suits like that just give me my that represent my personality. And because he knew me so well from when I was a kid, dude just knows how to style me. So I don't even tell him what I want. I might tell him a color, but he just knows me that well, and he's such an amazing fashion designer and just a creative mind that he just creates awesome outfits. So shout out to G Nation Official. I have to shout you out, bro. We've had so many conversations about this. This is just the beginning. I'm going to shout you out at like bigger stages by the grace of God Almighty in heaven. Amen.
Man.
All right. So Chidi, we go back to the hotel. We get dressed. We get into the bus, and then we head back. And then I'm going to let you take it from here.
Oh yeah, so we get to the venue and it's already packed. So many people. We were finding it difficult to even walk through. So we finally made it in. We got our seats. Then we stood up, got mic'd up, came back, and yeah, just sat down and waited for the show to. It was so loud. That's one thing I just couldn't get my head off. Like it
I'm
was so
so happy you
loud.
said that, man. I'm so happy you said that. It was crazy loud. It was
It was so
ridiculously
loud.
loud. What? You
Music
couldn't
playing,
even
people talking, people singing,
talking.
like so much of
What?
things were happening.
People, then someone selling drinks like Fearless, that energy drink. They're just
Yeah.
pouring Fearless around. It's just like high energy, high intensity, like
Like you need
mad.
to be there to experience the vibe. Like the
What?
energy around was insane. So much happening, so much just culture, just so much culture you're just taking in. Like
What?
ah,
I've never experienced anything like that in Nigeria, like anything that
mm,
intense, where
that
it's
intense,
like
yeah.
every single thing that happens, you are hearing 8,000 people screaming around you. Like, and you know, we
Yeah.
were right in the middle. So you are hearing sound from here, then the dignitaries were sitting down behind us. So they were just like in their babarigas, they had their nice sofa chairs, right in the
Yeah,
middle
yeah.
of the Coliseum, of the arena. And then we were in the front of them because we had to see the fights as clearly as possible. So we had the best seats in the house. Thank
Do you
God
know
for
one
that.
thing?
Thank God. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know one thing I really liked as well is the fact that everyone was so engaged in the sports. Like if something happened they didn't like, they understood and they were all protesting that no, no, no. Like you could feel there was an argument just breaking out.
True.
And then the
True.
fact that if you win, they came to pay their respects as well to like the
Yes.
dignitaries that's behind us.
Yes.
So I was like,
Yes.
wow, like this is like a whole thing, a whole
It
culture
is a
right
thing.
now that
It is a
we're
culture.
just experiencing.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes. It's
I love
mad.
that.
It's mad. It's mad. And the thing is, you have like, man. Anyway, shout outs to God Almighty in heaven for making that opportunity possible. Shout outs to
Possible focus.
Maxwell for engaging us. It's been like 3 years since he first came on Combat Culture, and we had that
Yeah,
first
yeah,
interview. Yeah,
yeah. 3 years.
and he's
Yeah.
3 years, man. And then now this year he came on the show when we first restarted the podcast again, and then now we're working with him. Well, I've worked with him on a number of different things, but like I'm
Mm.
happy that as a team now, the whole
Yeah,
group
we're
we're
doing
beginning
that.
to get involved, and we are finding our place, and because it's only going to get bigger. That's the truth. It's only going to
Yeah.
get
Mm.
bigger, and there's no one person that can eat the entire pie. Like there's a
Yes,
bit of
for sure.
there's a chunk for everybody. There's a chunk for everybody, and if one person goes up, the other person should go up, and we all lift each other that way, hopefully, by the grace of God.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now we've gone over quite a few things, and we're just about to clock 45 minutes on the show. So, what I
Okay.
want us to do is hop to the next point, which was okay. Well, to be honest, we've already
Yeah,
hit
we
on this,
pretty
the
much
energy
yeah.
of the show.
Let's talk
Yeah,
spoke
we've hit.
about that.
Okay, so let's talk about. Actually, instead of talking about the energy at the show, what I want you to do for me, Bob, is
Mhm.
let's talk about the main event, right? Let's talk about no,
Okay.
let's not talk about no. Okay, let's go back here. See what we'll do. The energy at the show, right, is what we can talk about. But
Yeah.
instead of talking about the energy of the show, why don't you tell me about the fights? Because as a martial artist now, this is something that I wanted to really pick your brain on because it's there's so many angles that you can and me and you talked about so many different things on this trip and
Yeah. Yeah.
like yeah, so your fight IQ plus my fight IQ plus our analysis ability. I just want to hear you dig into the sport of Dambe as a martial artist. Tell me about the performances. Tell me about the technique. What did you see?
I mean, as a martial artist, the techniques I would say is unique to their own style, like their own style. Because I might be confident enough to be like, okay, no, those wouldn't really work against someone like me, but I wouldn't know how it is until I step on grass. Sorry, I step on the sand. And then that was one thing I wanted to find out from Luke. How was it fighting on sand? And one thing he pointed out was that it didn't really make him slow. He didn't feel any problems with that. The thing he found issue was that it was uneven. Like his footing was like not even, not really balanced. So I was like, I found that really interesting when he said that. I was like, as skilled as I am, I feel like if I'm not used to that uneven floor of footing, whenever I'm like taking a step, okay, maybe this might be too high, this might be too deep. If I'm not used to that kind of movement, I will always have problem with it, especially on the first fight. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? And then
Mm-hmm.
those that are really used to it will know how to balance more, will know how to take advantage of that. Regarding to me not being used to it, they'll always be the favorite in that kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like even though personally the techniques they were using, I won't necessarily say it's the most perfect technique, but it's always unique to them because they already know how to fight on in those kind of circumstances. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's a very
So
bro. That's such
it's
a
not something
brilliant way
I'll,
to put it.
yeah. So
Okay.
again, that's something you need people need to understand. And I
Yeah.
know people, a lot of martial artists who literally see Dambe and like, okay, no, no. I mean, as an MMA guy, I can easily just wipe out everyone there. And yeah, I mean, in a cage, why not? That, to be honest, that's probably what will happen. But in a Dambe sense, no, I don't think that would be it would be that easy. That's just the truth.
And I'm really happy that you're pointing that out because even the show that they did in Abuja, when Mayo and I were commentating, that was something that came up. It was like don't
Mm.
underestimate that thing, man. Like because it's
Yeah,
sand,
yeah.
but there might be small stones there. There might be anything. Like you might try and throw your kick, and then you just feel something that
Mhm.
you're just not used to. And even just the sand resisting you rotating on the floor or
Yeah, yeah.
rotating your ankles, it's kind of crazy. I don't think I think don't knock it until you've tried it is what I'll
Yeah,
say.
don't
Like
knock it. That's what
yeah,
exactly. That's what I was
yeah,
saying. I won't really discard it as a martial artist. Like I'm always
mhm,
like optimistic about everything. Like even
yeah,
the most useless martial arts, I'll probably like want to look into it and see if there's actually validity to it.
mm,
So I
mm.
don't write off everything.
Everything. True. I like that, man. That's the mindset you have to be a real martial
Yeah,
artist,
exactly.
actually. Yeah, like you I know you now with your nunchucks and your
Yeah,
katana,
exactly.
you bits, bro. I
I remember
know
that.
I know
Yeah.
you. So yeah, man. I'm not ignorant of that, man. You have to spread your mind.
Mm.
Even
Oh
me,
yeah.
like bro, as I'm every morning, I do like a whole elaborate ballet routine, like on my tiptoes, rotating my hips,
I
bending
see you.
forward and
Yeah,
down,
I
like,
see.
bro. So it's one of those things. You have to find new ways to develop your skill set.
Mm,
You can't be stagnant. You can't be. But bro, before we get
exactly.
too carried away, you're still I still need you to go in. So tell me about the performances. We watched 5 fights that
Okay,
day.
yeah.
What
So
did you see?
I don't want to portray their names. So I'll just take
Okay.
it like fight by fight. Like the
Yeah,
second
fight by
fight to me, that was interesting because I think that was a fight that we already writ
No, just
off
give me one
the
moment.
other
Just give me
guy.
one moment.
Oh,
Second
sure.
fight. Second fight was Dogon Messi versus Altan Shagon Audu.
Yeah, yeah. That was the one that we
Dogon
already,
Messi was the tall guy with the brown hair.
yeah, that was the one we already like saying that he's already losing. Like we already wrote
Yeah,
him off. Like yeah, this fight is. And then the knockout just came from nowhere,
out of nowhere.
literally nowhere.
Out of
So,
nowhere. Like we were talking
uh,
about it on the broadcast, and then Chidi was just like, "Yo, like as in, like this fight is coming, it's gonna end soon. If he doesn't," and the guy just turns and just knocks him out. Like we're both
boom.
like, "Yo, Chidi, what? Like what just happened?"
Yeah. the timing as well, because we were like, yeah, he needs to actually do this, and then he does the exact thing. So out of
Yeah.
nowhere, he just scored a knockout. So that part, that one really caught me
Let
off
me add
guard.
something. Let me add something there that I want to get your thoughts on. So something that stood out to me was, so Dogo in Hausa means tall. So
Yeah,
Dogo, yeah. So Dogo Messi. So anytime I'm doing like the voiceovers for African Warriors, anytime I just see Dogo, I just know, oh, like it's gonna be a tall
that's
fighter.
all dude.
But in this
Yeah.
case, right, dude, he's 6 foot. His opponent was now 5'5". Yeah.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah, so that's something that I wanted to hear your thoughts on, because we saw a lot of height discrepancies and reach discrepancies. Like the height and reach disadvantages in Dambe are wild, and
Oh
I'm just
wow.
like,
Yeah.
how do you think that affects the sport, man?
Like I said that same day as well. It's just like in Roman times. The guy obviously is like a Dambe is pretty much the shield and the spear.
Mm-hmm.
The art of fighting with the shield and the spear. So in Roman times, the taller guys, the Goliaths back then, those when they had the shield and the spear, they always had the advantage because they were spearing down on their
Mm-hmm.
opponents. And
Mm-hmm.
then obviously it's always harder to like spear upwards because the shield is always going to be easy. You can easily block it with the shield because they can see it coming up from a mile away. But it's always, harder to defend something coming straight down to you like that. So that's how I like
Yes.
to imagine it in my head.
Yeah.
And to be honest, all the tall guys won that day.
They did.
That's literally,
They
yeah,
did.
all of them won. And then
Spoiler
that
alert.
shows.
Usually, whenever like you, even if you go on their YouTube, usually, even when I'm doing the voiceovers for them, spoiler alert, I do voiceovers for them online. You'll see it, like
Okay.
usually anybody that's name is Dogo or is a tall guy, like it's really rare that the smaller guy wins in Dambe. I've seen it
Oh
happen a
yeah.
few times, but it's very rare. Which is normal,
Yeah.
to be honest. In regular martial arts, it's how it is. The taller, longer guys usually.
No,
That's
I mean
if
back
we're
then,
talking
but now the game has
back
evolved.
then. The game has
Yeah, the
evolved.
game
Yeah,
has
the game has
evolved.
evolved.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can't just write
That
off people
old.
like Volkanovski.
No, 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 no. Volkanovski is like is like the counter to that. Like Volkanovski is like when I get what you're saying. You can't write anybody
Yeah,
off, but
you
just
can't write off.
traditional
Yeah,
martial arts knowledge. Like they'll always say, oh, the taller, rangier guy, you
fellow
should
guys
pay
better.
attention to
Yeah.
him more. Yeah. So you were talking
So
about
yeah,
the
that
performance.
second fight, that was the one
Oh,
that kind of stood out to me. And then the most disappointing one to me was probably the one with coronavirus and Shaik.
same, same,
So yeah.
same.
So I had some inside backstory as to why the
I know
fight
the
thing.
story, bro. I know the
I don't know if
story,
I
bro.
should talk about that because
Talk
it
about
was
it, bro. Talk
it
about it.
was insane for me to hear.
Nah, bro, I'm used to it at this point, man. I'm used to it. Trust me.
Okay, so again, Juju, Jazz, and Dambe, they go hand in hand, basically.
Hmm.
The two of them go hand in hand. So, so the inside story I got was that Shaik, I don't know, he's what they call them, Togo, or the Juju man, told him that
Malan.
what he needs to do, his Malan, thank you. His Malan told him what he needs to do to win the
Mm.
fight was that he needed to pour urine on coronavirus. So that urine will weaken him, and then that's how he's gonna win the fight. So the day of the fight, he literally peed in a bottle, and then when they were backstage, he now got the bottle. I think coronavirus saw him peeing in a bottle, and then
Bro.
so he
Okay.
now
Chidi, okay.
it's
Let's
okay.
just see.
Okay. That's what I was saying. Do you want me to talk about this? Because it was wild for me
So
to
let me
hear as
add.
well.
So let me add to that,
It
right?
was wild
That,
for me to hear
yeah.
this too.
All right, but okay. So the end of that story is that the side of the story that I heard was that one of the reasons he couldn't perform as well, that's
Because
coronavirus. Now
he didn't let
he
him
did.
do the whole ritual.
Oh, no, no, no. Me, what I heard was that
Okay.
his jazz that he was waiting for, like he would have been more confident in his in his in his offense, like he would have been more offensive. But his jazz that
Yeah.
he was waiting for, like they didn't bring it on time. Like they were bring
Oh,
delivery data. Like the guy on the Okada came like too late, so he wasn't like himself, bro. But you see, brother, now let's bring it back to like I know we're laughing about it, but let's bring it back to
the
the world
next
of
just
science.
yeah.
Placebo, what's the placebo effect? Like the placebo effect is real. It's documented. It's something that has been observed. You give somebody something and it might just be sugar, but just because they believe that you make them
Mm.
believe that it's paracetamol, the headache just clears. And
Oh
it's
yeah.
like, okay, so what's that? How do you want to quantify that? So there's something about, I mean, yeah, there's the spiritual side to it. Nobody should discount that.
Mm.
Is real. But the mental side of it, the mental side of it, and when I say the spiritual side of it is real, I mean it's real in the sense that it's something that they actually physically do. They have their rights and their customs. Everybody has their beliefs and they do it.
And
Whether
it's
or not
totally
it's real,
legal. Let's not
it's
forget that
totally
part.
legal, man. It's totally
Crazy.
legal. You see it hanging on the shoulder. You see it's
Yeah.
real. It's allowed. But in terms of the effect, the effectiveness, now that's what I'm talking about. Now I'm not saying
Mm.
whether it's real or whether it happens. No, whether the effectiveness of it. There's definitely a portion of it. There's parts of it that are mystical that we don't know, but there's a portion of it that is mental. Like that mental
Mm.
side of it
Oh
is
yeah.
super.
Yeah.
You don't discount it. Like if I've been using my juju every single fight, and then this one, then I'm never going to use juju. Sha. But but in this particular
Mm.
fight, like after your 7 fight KO win streak, they don't deliver it on time. Man, only God knows what that'll
Oh
do to you
yeah.
too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
That's true.
mental.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
get what you mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Makes sense.
so yeah, you said coronavirus and Shaiki that sort of underperformed in your
Yeah.
opinion.
That. Yeah. They were really
And I agree.
underperformed.
I agree. I agree. That was my most disappointing fight on the card, to be honest.
And to me, that
And
was like
then
the second most fight I got excited for. I think Luke
yeah,
so one. I was the one that I was super curious for.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we can. I mean, do you want to talk about the Luke's fight or?
Yeah. Let me hit on that. So let's just we'll conclude with the okay. We'll conclude with two more things. This is the second to the last one because we're about to hit 1 hour, and we can keep going. It's not like 1 hour is the max. So I'm just telling you we're about to hit
Okay.
1 hour. Yeah. So main events. Damn, you can't talk about that main event without talking about the energy at that arena, man. That Coliseum.
And Luke as
Bro,
well. Luke really sold it.
whoa, Luke is
Sold
a
it,
showman.
man.
Like you see
Yeah.
why it's cool that he had that
Pro
professional wrestling.
wrestling.
Yeah, he's a showman. Like he came out and his confidence.
Yeah.
You know the drums when they were beating the drums. He came forward and he was like really going in. And I was like, yeah, bro, let's go. Down Bature.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we went to the thing and then like he
Sorry,
came
just
out.
just to highlight, Dan
Yeah,
Bature, that's his Dambe name.
yeah,
Luke's
man.
Dambe name, Dan
Yeah, for
Bature.
the people who don't know, we have to give this its props, man. There was no aspect to the whole Dambe culture and right that Luke didn't pay attention to. He gave his respect and his reverence to every aspect of the culture that manifested the sport. He went to meet the elders. He got registered in a Dembe house. For those who don't know, so we talked about it earlier on in the podcast. There are three Dembe houses: House Kudu, House Gurumada, House Arewa. Depending on where you're born in the north, that's kind of what determines which house that you represent and you
Yeah.
fight for. But when Luke came, Luke could have said, "Yo, I'm just this foreigner. Just book me my fights, pay me my money. I'm gonna come in, beat your guy, and leave. Don't call me." Luke came 1 week early, booked an entire schedule with the AWFC team, and went from place to place to place to place. So they'll start at the commissioner of tourism and this, then they go to the minister of this, then they go visit the. And I was just seeing them. They went for TV. He had so many TV appearances. He was everywhere. Like Luke paid attention
Mm.
to everything, and he was so humble. Like he didn't try
Yeah.
to be big about anything. He didn't act like he was a foreigner. He acted like he was one of us, and the people saw it. They gave him wife. Like they actually gave him a wife. They said, "Yo,
Yeah.
you see a wife. Like we're giving you a wife." And but like, yeah, he has a shout outs to his babe back home. I
His
think her name
missus.
was Louis. Is it Louis? I think he said. Yo,
No,
let me
I
not
don't
go.
remember any.
Okay, yeah, but
Oh,
anyway, he has a girl back home, so he humbly turned it down. Like everybody was in love with him, the people were in love with him, the kids wanted to take pictures with him. It just felt like I was watching a movie. Like the whole of
mm,
that Katsina trip, even the stressful parts, like it just felt like I was watching a movie. So yeah,
yeah,
shout outs to Luke, and that energy carried on to the main event because Luke
many
just
times.
showed up like with his own entourage, the drummers, guys were just beating the drums, and Luke is just confident. He came out, met the dignitaries, gave them, he wrapped his hand like the rest of them, like looking like an actual OG Dambe guy. Like I was
Yeah,
screaming,
yeah,
down Bature, down Bature, down Bature, because it was so organic. None of that was fake.
yeah.
Everything was legit. It was real.
Everyone screaming that.
So he came
I
out,
love
his
this.
drummers, he went to the drummers, beat the drums, went to the front of the sandpit, lifted his hand, went to the dignitaries, gave them his knuckle. He had already wrapped his hand at this point. Then at that point, Shagon Yellow too had already come out. They lifted both their hands, and then it was like you could the energy, bro. Like you could not hear. In my mind, I was even thinking to myself, can the people at home even hear us talk in the mic
Yeah,
anymore?
it was so
Because
loud.
it was so loud, man. It was so
Yeah.
loud, like just screaming everything. And then as soon as the fight starts, Luke starts moving, and then it's his faint. As soon as I saw him fainting, that was when my eyes went up. I was like,
Painting was really good though. Like, yeah,
thank you.
painting was
And he was
quite
he
good.
was but I could but his thing is like can you do it consistently on that terrain, like on that floor with that footing, like, and then with these
Mm,
guys, them, they are now, this is now their home, like this is where they are
mm,
comfortable, they don't want it. When I saw them in Body Rocks in Abuja, bro, you will laugh, like when they were trying to hit the heavy bag, like they were hitting it and pushing it through, like they are not used to any of this modern stuff. But put them on the sand,
mm,
just tie their hand and let them work, and
mm,
they'll show you. So for me, just to keep it brief, Luke's performance, he tried. I like the introduction of the calf kicks, and you can see how that first calf kick really got a reaction from Shagun Yellow. Like he literally it buckled his leg, he jumped backwards, and as soon as he got back right back into range, Luke started fainting. And the first feint that Luke threw was a head feint, and he just moved his head forward and back. Like people that watch fighting or practice fighting will know what I'm talking about. He just moved his head, and you could see that Shagun Yellow wasn't used to that look either, and he got a big reaction from him. And then he now fainted with his feet again, and then the foot feint got Shagun Yellow, but the reactions kept dropping with each feint. Eventually, Luke throws a calf kick. The calf kick lands, and it's like the most beautiful. It was the best calf kick. It was the best. His strike of the evening was that calf kick. But and he throws a right hand of his own. Eventually, oh, Chidi's left, but he throws a right hand of his own, and then he misses. And I think it was when he missed that it dawned on Shagoniello that he could fight this guy. And not just that he could fight this guy, that he could beat him. Because it missed, and the recoil coupled with, I think, the fact that he was on the defensive the entire time, he had had enough time to observe and make reads on Luke Leyland. So Shagun decided to move forward, and Luke threw a calf kick that missed and slipped. And when he slipped, that was when the momentum shifted in the fight, to be honest. He got up and Shagun was right in his face. And the thing with pressure, especially when someone is pressuring you, when you're not sure of your footing, you're walking on sand, you're literally standing on sand. I can imagine what that would feel like. Like your entire nervous system must be overloaded. Your body must be just. It would be crazy. It would be a crazy experience. So the pressure starts to mount, and now this is the coolest thing for me about the entire show, which is that the move that won Shagon Yellow the fight, the move that he did to get his hand raised, is a signature Dembe move. You know how when you're playing Street Fighter, you do down forward punch, Hadouken comes out, you do forward down forward punch, Shoryuken comes out. That is how every martial art is. Every martial art has its signature moves. In boxing, you have the jab. In Muay Thai, you have the round kick. In Taekwondo, you have spinning back kick or whatever. But basically, every single martial art has its special move. And Dembe is no different. Dembe's special move is something I haven't given it a name yet because every time I do the voiceovers, I just say it's a parry strike. Like they parry is a shield, they parry with the shield and then they throw with the spear. But it's like they use their shields, they use their lead hand to hit your hand out of the way, then they throw they throw it straight down the pipe. So it's their move, it's their thing, it's the thing that they like. It's the move you see the most KOs from in the
Yes,
sport of
that's
game.
true. That's true.
And the coolest thing for me was that was the strike that Shagon used to beat Luke. Because after Luke had
Yeah.
fainted and kicked his leg and done everything, as he moved forward, he threw Shagon threw and missed, and then he moved forward again, and then he could feel that I threw and I missed, but this guy didn't counter me, he didn't punish me, he didn't defend it properly. And he was like, I'm going to do it again, which is what an actual martial artist will do. Is like, if I see a
Mm,
deficiency in your game, I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to capitalize on it until
mm,
you adapt or until I get my hand raised. And Shagon being a smart fighter, don't be fooled by the fact that they don't speak English. Having been a high IQ Dambe athlete, he pinpointed that Luke's weakness was that parry strike, parried him the second time. This time, Luke couldn't defend it, landed straight on the dome piece. Boom,
straight,
eye
yeah.
was cut. Did the second one. This one landed again. Boom. Third one missed. Luke
Third
was
one, yeah.
defending like a boxer. And the thing is, defending like a boxer in Dembe is actually not good because you always need one hand to counter. If you have both your hands like this, you can't really throw in Dembe because you're only allowed to throw with one hand. So it's not even like you can switch which hand you want to use. So generally, you
Mm,
still want to keep even in close contact situations, you kind of want to do like collar ties or like collar ties and stuff like that to manipulate
yeah,
them
I
and
get
then
you.
keep one hand free. So basically, Luke can't defend this thing and he goes down and then he gets back up like a warrior. That's one thing I was really proud of. Like Luke showed his warrior spirit. Like he got back up
Mm,
and he was, I'm good to go. And me too, I'm looking at it like we're even not saying it on the broadcast. Like, like he just got up. Like, what are we gonna see? Like, it looks like he can still fight. Chidi is still right there beside me. We're going back and forth. And then I think
mm,
the referee looks like he's about to square them off and then get them right back in. Then I just see this man just walks into the sand pit with authority and he just lifts his hand and he just does no more, like no more. Then he just turns and looks at the referee and just does his hand like this. Then the referee just nods his head and just brings both of them to the middle and calls off the fight. And then I'm just like, what just happened? Then he said, that's the commissioner for sports and something, and like it's an exhibition. And that was when and the whole time too, I was like, yeah, I'm cool with that. It's the entire time I kept pointing out to people, it's called a special exhibition. It's not a standard
mm,
Dembe bout. It's a special exhibition. They have special rules. This guy, we need to keep him safe because we don't want to get him hurt too bad. This is just supposed to showcase culture, showcase
mm.
diversity, showcase beauty. We're not trying to kill nobody. So basically,
Yeah.
I think the conclusion to it was perfect. That commissioner, I wish I knew his name. I'll shout him out on the podcast, man. Dope individual. He called that fight excellently. The referee did his job, called the fight off. The crowd was upset, but then once the commissioner guy like pointed at everybody and he was like, we're not doing this anymore. Everybody piped low. Everybody calmed down, and then
Mm.
they raised Shagon Yellow's hand,
And
and it was a
and
beautiful
but
thing.
they raised Shagun Yellow's hand, but the craziest part was everyone saw Luke as a winner.
Yeah, Shagun
Yeah.
Yellow was even at the point in the sand pit. Shagun Yellow actually was doing his hand like this, like as in I'm the na me way win, because when you win,
Mm,
you're the one that they take first to go and meet the dignitaries. But
yeah.
but he won, and Luke was the one that they took to go see the dignitaries. I was just like, but to be
Mm.
honest, guys, like we
And they
said,
gave they
like
gave
almost an
Luke all the
hour ago,
money.
yeah, they gave Luke all the money. They poured and when they give you the money, they do this thing where you put it in your pants because you actually carry your
Yeah,
money with
yeah,
you. So like, so they were giving Luke so much money and so much love and adulation. And the truth is,
yeah.
that's because
He
Luke
earned
just
it.
everybody loved him. He earned it.
Yeah, he earned
Like
it.
Luke earned it. Like Luke was such a lovable guy. Like within
Yeah, he
1 minute
was.
of meeting him, he will talk with you. He'll follow you on Instagram. He'll tell you his
Mhm.
story. He'll ask you questions about your life. He's not trying to act like he's this big
You
guy.
know, you know, you know the crazy
Yes.
part? So him and Shagun Yellow, even though they don't understand each other, Luke still made numerous attempts to bring him along, no matter what.
Mm.
like numerous attempts. Like he talks
He
to him,
did.
sits him
He
down.
did. He did. They ate food together after the fight.
Yeah,
They ate. They went to the restaurant together and ate. Like Luke
exchange
is a
numbers of
special guy.
yeah,
Exchange
he's a really sweet
numbers.
guy.
They did the interview in the VIP section of the restaurant, and
The
like they
restaurant,
sat down
yeah.
side by side. They hugged each other after the
They
fight.
talk to each other
Like
as well.
Luke is
Yeah,
special. Luke is, and you know, he
yeah,
said
it's
that
special.
he's a
He's a special.
supervisor. He's a supervisor at a special needs
Oh yeah, yeah,
institute.
yeah.
Yeah, in the
Mm.
UK. Like that's what he's been doing for 3 years or
So
something. Like
he
that's
knows his way around people.
he knows his way around people. He's a special guy. Like
Mm.
I can't. I'm like I'm not. Everybody has their skeletons, and that's just life. But to be honest, when you see somebody that is just this wholesome, give them
Genuine,
their cup,
yeah,
encourage them so
yeah.
that they can keep moving forward. You know, encourage them. That's what I feel. So, bro, I've given my thoughts on the main event, and now I want you to hit home with our final points, which is number 5. AWFC killed it.
Let's see. Oh
African
yeah,
Warriors Fighting Championship. So tell me,
100%.
what do you think? What do you think? How do you think they show? Like, if you just wanted to sum it up and say, what do you think comes next? What would you say?
I mean, nothing but higher, even higher heights for them. Like, I feel like this was like up there, but I know they can do way better, and they are going to do way better because this was just a simple step above to what's to come. Because I know this, especially with this whole thing with Duke, there's going to be a massive ripple effect.
Bro, see, I see
Like,
what's happening.
yeah. All right. He just does his own thing, man.
That's his own thing, man.
Anyway,
He has a
yeah.
mind of his own.
So there is going to be a massive ripple effect due to this last event, and it's just going to open more doors for them. They're only going to get even bigger than what they already are. This is, trust me, the whole martial arts community. I'm not just saying in Africa. I'm not just saying in Nigeria. In the whole world is going to hear about this. That more people are going to talk about this, and that's only just going to bring positive publicity to them, and then make their brand even bigger, and then make their shows even way bigger. So I mean, this event, man, they killed it already. Like I have nothing but praises for them. Like again, this is to me is my first event working with them. So
Mm,
I hope to keep working with them again. So yeah.
okay. All right, I'll give my thoughts as well. African Warriors Fighting Championship is an example of what happens when you dare to defy the odds in this beautiful and glorious country and complicated country called Nigeria.
Mm,
Because on the one hand, you have this indigenous sport that up until now nobody has touched with even forceps. Nobody has even tried to touch it with a stick. It's just been this local thing. People just try to dismiss it. Everybody just says, "Oh, like some guy." One of my contacts on my WhatsApp messaged me today, and he saw the video of Shagon of coronavirus sparring with Luke and showing him the
mm.
proper Dambe technique. And his response to that was, "Oh, so they can so this martial art even has technique self. Like I didn't know that they even have their own techniques." And it was something that made me feel like we need to do a better job of teaching people about
Teaching
what we
people
have
out
at
there,
home.
yeah.
You know, we're watching the UFC, we're watching boxing, we're watching Muay Thai, but like there's literally this beautiful treasure that we have. Maybe it's
That is
we've
ours, though. That is
let's
our own. Literally.
our own, and then we're letting dust cover it while we don't bring it out when our neighbors are around. We just keep it in the back room where nobody can see it, and it wasn't doing too great until somebody came with a vision. An Igbo man by the name of Maxwell Kalu, who is the CEO founder of the African Warriors Fighting Championship, and he dared to defy the odds, which is the whole point of this little rant right here. That's the whole point of being here right now. Like everybody is buying fuel 660 naira per liter. You don't have money, you can't buy electricity. As I'm talking to you now, light no day. Like I'm using my inverter to record this, and I'm even happy they took the light just before the recording started, just so that I if they do bring the light, I don't have to worry about it. The inverter will just keep going on. But those are the challenges that everybody is dealing with. Nobody is exempt from it.
Mm,
And you see some people that genuinely look life in the eye and say, you know what, I think to succeed and really succeed, like when I say succeed, I mean have freedom, freedom of time, freedom of your finances, like like people to
mm,
truly, and it's not even just about finances, it's just freedom. Do what you want to do. Like for somebody to truly look at this environment and take a risk, like starting a Dambe promotion, props to him. The fact that he's been
mm.
doing it for five, how many years? Props to him. He's been doing it just as long as we've been trying to do combat culture, I believe.
Oh yeah,
Maybe just some longer. Yeah. So props to him. We started up on the scene around the same time, even though we were MMA there, Dembe. Shout outs
yeah,
to AWFC. And now we're at a point now where they are making history. We're actually
yeah,
watching stuff that has never been done before. Me, ba, I'm a sickler for dope stuff. Like when my definition for what a dope thing is something that I'm interested in. And if you now want to put small salt on top, make it something that is like really hard, like something that cannot be
mm,
done, like something that people look at you and laugh at you. Those are the kinds of things that make me wake up at night and be like, oh yeah, 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 I have work to do. I'm not sleeping. I need to read. I need to write. I need
mm.
to study. I need to. So when you see somebody that is mad like you just feel love. Like when that's what, and
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying right now. Like I just feel love for this guy, man. Like I want to give him props. Like I sent him a message after the show telling him how much of an inspirational individual he is for
mm,
managing to pull this off. Because the point I was trying to make initially is this: he is writing history. We've never had an
yeah,
international competitor come in to compete in Dembe indigenously. Like this never happened.
never.
We've never had this in our history. So he's done it. And only God knows, because once you open, the hardest thing is opening the door. There might be snow, there might be sand, the door might be all rusted up. But once that door is open, all that fresh air, all that water, all that stuff you've been missing, your friends can come visit you. And that's what this guy may have done, man. He may have just
Yeah,
opened the doors for new possibilities, new career paths. We might have guys from Muay Thai, like you said earlier, Senegalese wrestling. We might have guys from
mm,
Cameroon. We might have boxers. You might have all sorts of things, as long as it's kept safe, as long as it's kept within the
yeah.
confines of the sport. And that's another thing I want to point out too.
Exactly. Yes.
When the show
Has to
was
be.
ending, Chidi, do you remember that the chairman of the Dembe Commission of for Nigeria came to
Mm.
tap us on the shoulder and he was saying
Oh
like,
yeah,
"Good
yeah,
job, like
yes.
bro." That was awesome. But I want to highlight something from that, which is that you can see that the AWFC guys have paid their dues in terms of the culture. Nigeria
Yes,
is not a place
yes,
where you come and do
100%.
and undo. Nigeria, you have to
Mm,
respect the protocol.
mm.
We have cultures, we have customs, we have traditions, we have rights. Obey and respect them if you want to do well.
Yes.
Don't come and try and upend the system. Don't try no. Understand how things work and do like the Romans, or in this case, do like the Northerners. And that's what they've
Yeah,
done.
that's what
They
they've
have
done.
relationships with all the houses. They have fighters with all the Dembe houses, House Kudu, House Gudu Mada, House Ariwa. They have the rule sets. They develop it with the Dembe houses, and so that Dembe president Maxwell was telling us later that they didn't even know he was coming. He just flew in and just said, "Yo, that I've been paying attention to everything, and me and like my guys, my whole entourage, were here to show you support." That's crazy. And then
Yeah,
stake.com is now partnering with AWFC at the
partner.
same
Yeah,
time. So it's now it's just this thing of, oh, we have international presence plus reverence for our local customs, but we are uniquely ourselves. So yeah, here's the problem.
yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, amazing. All right. So I'm trying to figure out what just happened. I do not know if I'm still on or if Butcher is not on anymore. But yeah, anyway, amazing show. Loved every bit of it. Hopefully, can't wait for the next one. And yeah, I already know it's going to be awesome. Honestly, I literally need to be there to literally inhale the amount of energy. Like it's just around. It's a thing of art, it's a beauty. But yeah. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah. So like I'll just keep touching on what Oche was saying then. Like he was saying, it's just a thing of beauty. They have the way how far they've come. Because again, it's a long time. I knew them since 2019, and the first time I saw them was like just a random event. So I was just chilling. Next thing, I saw them on CNN. This was like 2019. Random events. I was like, wait, so this is Nigeria first of all. And then yeah, this is Dambe. Dambe, like I remember like in secondary school, that's the first time I ever heard of Dambe events. And then I Dambe, so Dambe and Giribo back then, back in the day, those are the things, those are five styles you only know about in Africa, in Nigeria in general, actually. So I remember in 2019 when I saw them online, I was shocked. I was like, wait, so this is Nigeria. Wait, so this is Dambe. So it was random, and the crazy part was I was not even in Nigeria and I saw this. So you can imagine the shock. So when we had Maxwell in the show, that was 2020. Was it 2020? We did the
That was like,
podcast.
bro. Sorry, man. It's hot. It's like there's no light,
I don't
and
know,
do you know?
share some
Sorry,
screen, do your thing.
let me give you a shout out, bro. My
Yeah.
neighbor. So we have two viewers right now. One of them is my neighbor. He's actually my
Oh,
neighbor in my compound. So he's actually one of the viewers. He's the person that said, "Yeah, you're on, Chidi." I think
oh,
he's viewed first.
yeah.
So
Thank
shout
you
out.
for
So
that.
it's hot. There's no light. Yeah. Mhm. So yeah, dude. So you were saying, so where were we before I left, please? And I hope I didn't just interrupt you. If I did, please carry
No,
on.
no, 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 no. I was just trying to finish up on what you were saying. All the praises about AWFC, like how far they've come and everything. I was just like trying to give them my own view of when I first knew about them and how far they have
Mhm,
come as well. So it's really
mhm.
interesting. And then yeah, like to be honest, they've done so well for themselves. So well.
Hmm. Hmm. So yeah, man. They give props to the culture. They give props to, and they are innovating by bringing stake.com and all that
Mm,
internet presence. I checked their IG earlier today. They had a video. I was telling Chidi they had a video that has done 2 million views in the past
mm.
7 days, and that's only going to keep climbing. The videos
Oh
of the
yes.
fight when it goes on YouTube to their presence, their promotion capacity, everything is going to go up. So I'm happy. I'm happy. Like I'm happy. I'm proud. And we got to share in that moment because it's a watershed moment
Exactly.
for sports in Nigeria and in Africa. Usually we export talent out. We export athletes out. It's
Mm,
rare that you have athletes come in to compete.
and
And
exactly.
that
Very
is
rare.
that is a testament to everybody that is involved. It's a testament to Luke and his beautiful personality and self belief. Is a
Hmm.
testament to Maxwell and his capacity to run a world class business. It's props to stake.com for taking the risk. It's many different things. But yeah, here we are now. People are going to start coming in. Hopefully, that leads to development. Maybe we'll start seeing Dambe specific infrastructure. They'll have arenas for
Mm.
training Dambe. They'll even have their own special hand wraps. They have different things for them. Who knows, man? Because now that it's started, the future is beautiful because you're
Yes.
both experiencing it and you're creating it at the same time. So if you're living in the present and you're seeing it happen, then you're just like, whoa, this is literally anything can happen, but at the same time, we know what's going to happen,
You
and
know what's
we
gonna
know what's
happen
going to
now?
happen. Yeah, well, yeah,
You
I'm
know
listening
what?
to you, bro. Tell me,
So I'm gonna start I'm gonna start something crazy. So anytime I spar
Mm.
now, I'll try incorporate them into my fighting style.
Bro. That would be so dope. We'll do
I
technique of the
mean,
week. We have to do a technique of the week
ah, yeah, yeah,
and it will be you. You'll be the one. Maybe when you've mastered your style, you
yeah,
teach us.
exactly. That's the key word. Master the style, because I already know people that will kick my head.
Shout outs to Shags.
Uh, but yeah,
Yeah.
it will be
All right.
fun. It'll
So
be fun.
So we've done 1 hour 25 minutes. I think that's a good time.
Okay, that's
We've given our props to we've shouted out AWFC. The experience was amazing, life changing. I'm curious to see the effect that this is going to have on the Nigerian sports scene, Nigerian
oh
combat
yes.
sports scene, because this is not. We didn't do boxing. We didn't do kickboxing. We could have done all
Mm,
those things. And the truth is, we've been doing all those things. We've done boxing
yeah.
shows. We've done kickboxing shows. We've done MMA shows. We've done We've done shows in Lagos. We've done shows in Abuja. Like
Yeah.
Chidi, I'm not lying right now. If I'm lying, you would call me out. We've done all
Oh
of
no,
that.
you're not.
But
I've done all that. But
somebody else, yeah, somebody else is willing to take the risk. Somebody else is willing to have that level of confidence, intensity, everything, tenacity, and that person is the African Warriors Fighting Championship under the
mm,
leadership of Maxwell Kalu, and they've made history. They've brought something that we've never ever seen before to the public notice, to the mainstream audience, and
yeah.
I'm curious to see how that affects the flow of history moving forward. We've created a new timeline. Several new alternate dimensions have been created, each one with its own
Mm.
possibilities and outcomes. And I'm curious to see what each one brings, man. Is the multiverse. Marvel don't prepared us, and Marvel don't flop. So let's become the new Marvel, man. That's my final
Yeah,
take on it.
yeah.
Okay, all right. So um we have one more segment, which is,
Oh, what is
I
it?
hope I nail this. I uploaded videos from the show. So
Okay.
Chidi, I think if I hit a button now. I'll play it again. Give me a second. Let me.
All right, all right,
So that was me and Chidi at the
Mm.
commentator's desk, just getting ready, moving. I think we had already done two fights by then. So
But
Chidi
then
was
I
we
think
were
so.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I'll
Yeah.
play
We
it one
were
more
we were
time.
really game though. Yeah, we were
Yeah, we
really
we did
game though.
good, man. Bro, X and yeah, Chidi, I have to shout you out, bro. This is why it's good that we have these extra, like the extra segment with the videos. Bro, you did
Yeah.
great. You did great. You know,
Oh,
me, I
thanks,
have a lot
man.
of
Thanks.
experience with
Yeah, yeah,
Dembe
yeah.
specifically. Yeah, I've watched so many Dembe fights, and I've commentated well over 40 Dembe fights in the past 30 days,
Oh
and it's
wow.
been intense. Yeah, if you go on YouTube and you go on the African Warriors FC YouTube channel,
Mm,
the
yeah, you
any
said you do the
upload,
voiceovers. Yeah.
bro, I do this. You see this very same seat I'm sitting on to talk to you now. I turn
Mm.
on this very microphone and I just watch the fights and I break them down, analyze them, commentate, do them. Like some of them are 15 minutes long, some of them are 13 minutes long, some of them are 2 minutes long, some of
Mm.
them are 1 minute long. But I put in the work, man. So that's why the names are easy. That's why I know the names of the houses,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, and because I'm obsessive like that. If I like something, I'll throw myself at it. So yeah, here I am, Sha. So I do the voiceovers for them. I commentate their stuff and I give them their breakdowns and analysis. So
Mm.
Chidi, excellent job, man. You
Oh,
did
thanks, man. Thanks.
well. Like you
Thanks.
did so well. Like people think talking is easy. People think
It's not
talking
that.
eloquently is easy. But Chidi,
No,
we started combat culture together, and back then
man.
you've always been a confident guy. But back then, you were not as eloquent as you are now. You've developed your ability to speak. And bro, crazy stuff, man. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. Because like
Thanks, man. Thanks, thanks.
I never doubted you for a second that you would carry the show. Like if I went with you, like I never doubted you for a second. But seeing you actually pull it off, I'm just like, yo, my boy is breaking this stuff down. Like I can actually relax.
I
Like you saw
actually,
there was time
I really,
I took my hand and I put my hand
yeah,
over your
yeah.
shoulder. I was like, yo, Chidi, take the show, man. Like you're the one. Carry on. Like you're the guy.
No, no, you,
So
you, you definitely pushed me well enough, so I appreciate
yeah,
that. And then
yeah,
I really
yeah.
enjoyed the fact that we were making jokes within the whole
Have
commentary.
fun. Have fun.
That was
Have
so
fun.
hilarious.
Look at it like this. This is you're in an opportunity where you're doing something for the first time. By
Yeah,
virtue of that, it's never been done before. By virtue of that, you become the standard by which the thing gets measured over time. It's just how it
that's
is.
true.
People are going to watch this video now, and you don't like. We all know what regular commentary sounds like. It's people
Yeah.
laughing. I'm sorry, it's people being focused and serious and doing stuff. But occasion the UFC was the first promotion that showed what it could be like if you made things a little bit lighthearted,
Yeah, yeah, spice it
Yeah,
up a
just have a
little.
little
Yeah.
bit, yeah, have a little bit of humor. Don't just be so
Mm,
straight up all the time.
yeah.
And so for me, I think about that because the guy is watching it at home. Your voice is what is accompanying them through the show, and you don't
Yes.
want them to be
Telling the
super,
story as
super.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, you're telling a story, make them laugh, carry them on edge sometimes when things aren't going too
Mm,
great. Point their attention to things that maybe they wouldn't notice otherwise. Like it's fun.
yes.
It's like you're playing a video game in real time. Like that's literally how I look
Mm,
at it. That's why I can't like I on the day of the show, the only thing I'll take is coffee. I don't eat any food. Like I want to be fully immersed in the experience
yeah.
because
And focus.
you have the best seats in the house. You just come and just do it, have fun. And they're not even telling you come and work. They're saying come and have
Mm,
fun. Yeah, good at this
and have
thing
fun.
that
Yeah.
you can do. Come and have fun and do it. So
You
yeah,
know the
bro,
crazy
let's
part. Like
yeah.
saying all this, let me just add one more thing.
Mhm.
Saying all this, it just reminded me how terrible Nigerian commentary is sometimes. When I mean
Yeah,
Nigerian commentary, have you ever been to all these just any event and then someone is doing commentary for that event, like just and he clearly does not know anything about the sports.
about the
Like
sports. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
only the football like football matches, those ones they try, they actually do
Yeah.
well. Any other
Yeah.
sports and they're doing commentary,
Nothing, nothing. So they don't even
mm,
bother most of the time because we
mm,
don't even care about the presentation. We just want to make money on the night. That's what
yeah,
Nigerians do. But if you invest in quality, the investments like the benefits compound themselves over
come
time
back, yeah,
because
that's true.
yeah. So yeah. Anyway, before we get too carried away, next video is bro. That was the one you were talking about earlier in the show, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going
The
to play
way
it
he even
one more
stood
time.
over
Then
him.
I want you to react to it now. Since you couldn't
All
react
right.
to it in real time, so I'm going to play it now.
When they talk, just shot. Pa! Like
Yeah,
pa!
yeah, straight
Straight.
from the hip, straight from the
Yeah.
hip. Sharpshooter. Shout out to Dogon Messi
Yeah.
and his
Mm.
opponent. I think that was Altan Shagon Audu, right? Altan Shagon
Yeah,
Audu.
yeah, yeah. I think that was him. Yeah.
Yeah, my brain's working. Yeah, all that brain's working. Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm going to play the next one now. Yeah, should I play it again? I didn't really catch that
Yeah,
one. Let me
yeah.
play
Play
it.
it again. Play it again. Yeah, I remember
It
this.
was a sweep. Remember that was the sweep.
Yeah, it was a trip. Yeah, the sweep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
trip.
that was
Yeah,
the one.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That was
but
the one.
he got points deducted for him, so I don't get that. I thought
The
they're
thing, the rule sets. We still need to do our research on the rule set. Let's
on
admit
them.
some
Yeah.
humility. Yeah, we're not
Mm,
perfect. There are parts of it that we
yeah.
still need to learn. So okay, all right. So let me play the next one. I don't know. I can't recall. Or anyway, just because at the end of the day, right? Every show
Mm.
is about the fighters. Forget whether there's there's money behind it, whether it's on the internet. No, it's about the fighters. So I
Oh
think
yeah.
it's only fair that we call all the fighters' names out. So fight one
Mm.
was Dogon Maman representing House Ariwa, 75 kg in the middleweight division. He was fighting Ubeidu. Ubeidu was representing House Kudu, 72 kg. And Dogon Maman is from Niger State. Ubeidu is from Katsina. And Dogon Maman is from LGA Mariga. And Ubeidu is from Funtua. I know I'm butchering all of this, but it's just important that I do it just for it's
Mm.
just to show respect. Then we had Dogon Messi versus Altan Shagon Audu. Dogon Messi is from Alsarewa, 65 kg, lightweight, 6 foot tall, 21 years of age, from the state of Kano, and his LGA is Fage. I hope I got the pronunciation correct. Altan Shagon Audu is from House Gurumada, 65 kg, lightweight, 5'5", 21 years of age, from Kebi. His local government is Koko Bese. Shagon Amadu
Cuckoo.
versus Dan Ichi. Shagon Amadu is from House Gurumada, 68 kg, lightweight, is 5'4", 22 years of age, Jigawa, and his LGA is Duse. Dan Bichi is from House Arewa, 65 kg, lightweight, 5'5", 21, Kano, Nasarawa, LGA. Na Bachirawa is from House Arewa, 65 kg, lightweight, 5'4", 23 years of age, Kebi, and from Kamba, LGA. Shagon Kosilai is from House Kudu, 65 kg, lightweight, 5'5", 22 years of age, Sokoto, and he's from Sokoto South. Coronavirus, who is the star of the show actually, is from House Kudu, 65 kg, lightweight, 5'5", 21 years of age, from Kano, from Minjibir. Sha Aiki is from House Ariwa, 65 kg, lightweight, 5'5", 22 years of age, Kano, and is from Badawa, LGA. Shagon Yellow, who was one part of your co-main event, was from House Guru Mada, 65 kg, heavyweight, 5'7" tall, 24 years of age, from Zamfara State and from Safe, LGA. And Luke Leyland, aka Dan Bature, is from House Kudu, 88
Liverpool.
kg, heavyweight, 6 foot tall, 37 years of age. Liverpool, United Kingdom is his state. And I think that's really freaking awesome. So another thing I want to point out is, can you see the oldest person on this card that is not Luke is 24 years of age? And that's
I was just
indicative.
about to say the same thing. Fighter age.
Luke is 37 years old. The oldest other
Fighter,
person is
they're fighter
24.
age.
Bro, but another thing is, you can look at it like football age, but at the
Yeah,
same
that's
time,
what I'm
you can
trying to
also
say.
look at it like these guys start through their careers fast and they
To be
never
honest, I don't
slow
even know
down.
how old it looks. I don't even, I can't
Bro,
even
bro,
trace
they
how old they
look
are,
at
to be
Shagon
honest.
Yellow's face. Shagon, can you see the
Yeah.
scars on Shagon Yellow's
It's
face?
so many scars, man.
So many scars. You can see stitches that have healed, like so many scars. So they are warriors. So you don't imagine that they will fight past, like they probably fight really young, then they hang the gloves up and start coaching after a while. All right, bro, let's not get too carried away. I'm gonna play this one. All right. I'll play it again. And then this time focus on, I'll play it 2 more times. Each time look at each guy's face. Like just focus on their face.
This is so yeah, they're both serious. They're both game at this point. This is the start of the fight,
Ready.
right?
Yeah, start of the fight. One more time. Yeah. Yeah, you could really tell that this mattered to Luke. He took it seriously.
Yeah. Wait, he had his game face on.
Yeah, he did. All right, then we have just 3 more.
I'm not afraid to take a stand, everybody.
Wait. I don't want them to copyright us, man. Yo, that was not meant to have sound, please. That was supposed to be like muted. It was playing Eminem Not Afraid, and YouTube would just
I
strike
didn't
us
hear
down.
that.
Oh,
I
you didn't
didn't
hear
hear
it?
anything. No.
Ah, okay, all right. I'll try. Let me try again.
I'm not afraid to take a stand,
I'm not risking it, man. I'm not risking it because
Oh
that was
yeah,
not meant to have.
yeah.
Yeah, before they'll just copyright us. I'm
So
not
that's
giving anybody. Sorry.
that's basically henna. I'm guessing that right? Henna on their hands.
Yes, and it's a mixture of different things they put on their hands before they have the show. All right, I think I have just 2 more. Yo, shout outs to Coyote at the back. Coyote Olua, the photographer. Shout outs to Coyote.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll carry on, man. You want to play
Seeing this now, like the training footage of Luke and who was that again? Who was he training with?
coronavirus?
Oh, that's coronavirus. Okay.
Yep,
Seeing
that's
that footage
coronavirus.
right now, it kind of just highlights that, okay, Luke actually has very, very decent boxing. It kind of shows that from how he's throwing his punches and everything. So on paper, he's actually supposed to win. But
Yes,
it now goes back to say what I was saying, that you can't
yes,
really easily write off these people. Like if you're fighting in
bro.
their own grounds and everything,
Bro,
that's
in
all
combat
that is
sports, you
back
hear it
there.
all the time. MMA math. It never adds up. Don't ever
Yeah,
do MMA
yeah,
math.
it
So this
doesn't.
is
It
Dambe
doesn't.
math. Don't try and add up Dambe math. Swimming mouth won't work.
Yeah.
I'll play that video one more time because I think it's just really beautiful. Because this is what it's
Mhm.
actually about, just a showcasing of different cultures and diversity. And yeah, here it goes. Yeah, I like that he Luke is a dope guy, man. I'm not even going to say more than that. Beautiful
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
All right, we have one more video, Blue. This one is 41 seconds long.
Elédùmarè náà ní dey ginger me nicely, ojú ikú ṣe sọ. Ọ̀hún bàbá ṣe kú ṣe kọ́. Ìbàdàn we go to the pray more. Soft time.
Chidi, let's not play that one. I have a feeling that one has music on it, and I don't want to get copyrighted. It
I
sounded like
thought you
Nigerian music. Yeah.
I thought you were going to play the actual like Luke's fights. I thought that's the one you were going to play.
Oh,
Yeah.
nah, the thing is, I don't want to steal the shine
To
from
spoil it.
AWFC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if people want to watch it, let
Yeah.
them go check them out
People
on
they don't go to their
Instagram and
page.
YouTube.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, go check them out, man. Go check them out. And speaking of pages, all right, we've done this. Dude, we're approaching this 1 hour 41 minutes. I'm like thirsty. I want to chill. I need to eat. I haven't eaten today. Like I haven't
There you
broken my
go.
fast. No, yeah, please, bro, enjoy yourself, man. That's all you. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are wait, hide this. Okay, I'm trying to get this guy to be big so that we can. Anyway, I'm trying to shout out our social media handles. Please, that guy, why you don't be don't be an unfortunate soul.
Well,
Don't be a
I
terrible.
didn't even say anything, my guy.
Don't
I
be a
didn't say
terrible
anything.
human being. Don't be.
I did
Why you a
not say
dumpster?
anything.
Why is your brain a dumpster? Why you? Why
I
you?
didn't even say anything. Those
You think I
viewing, please. Did I say anything?
you think I don't know you? You think I don't know you? All right,
You need to check yourself out.
You need to respect me more. That's what you need to do as your older brother. But yeah, guys, please, this is Combat Culture Africa. We are an independent outlet. We're not funded by anybody. We're not trying to be funded by anybody. All we ask is that once in a while you give us your attention, and if you so please, you could also give us a follow on our different social media handles. We're just regular guys like you, like your neighbors. And like I said, my neighbor is one of the people that I haven't tuned in to watch this evening. And we have a dollar, we have a dream, and the dream is to push combat sports and martial arts in Africa, in Nigeria, and to tell its story as it emerges because it's such a beautiful thing. We're seeing history happen, unfold in front of us, and we get to be at the forefront of it. It's not a position Chidi or myself take for granted. We really feel honored. So this is our little way to contribute back to the lifestyle that has given all of us so many blessings, so many experiences, changed our lives, given us opportunities. And it's Combat Culture Africa, and the name says it all. We are telling Africa's combat culture. We're showcasing Africa's combat culture. So please, if you want to support us, we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, everywhere. Combat Culture Africa. Please don't forget the combat culture the Africa at the end, because there's another combat culture out there, and I don't even think they're active. But we're Combat Culture Africa. We're trying to grow, and it's been a pleasure to hang out with you guys today. If you want to take it one step further, we have a Patreon. The Patreon account is we don't have any subscribers, right? I think the only person that subscribes is my fiance and one of my friends in the US who believed in me when I wasn't anything. So it's a $5 thing a month, and that $5 thing is what will keep the lights on, keep the bills being paid, and being paid for the internet, everything. So yeah, Combat Culture Africa, please give us your love, give us your support. Also, African Warriors FC, they're on Facebook, they're on YouTube, they're on Instagram, they're on Twitter. Please give them your love. Those guys are doing something that has never been done in the history of Nigeria, our
Oh, yes.
beautiful country. If you can't attend their events, please follow them on social media. If you can't follow them on social media, just tell your friends about them because they're doing great stuff. And then my beautiful and awesome co-host.
See me thinking
boy.
you're about to give your wife, your fiance a shout out. I was like,
my beautiful co-host, Chidi. Bboydiml Nwankwo. All right, I'll
Oh my
correct
God,
myself.
thanks, man.
Yeah, but
Thanks.
the most awesome co-commentator, amazing friend,
Thanks, man. Honestly,
dope ass
you brought
human
out
being.
that side of me.
Yeah, and you're just like, dude. So please follow Chidi on Instagram. He is at Bboydiml. He is
Yeah,
an amazing human being. He's a coach. If you want to get personal training as well, and you're living in the city of Abuja, please hit him up. If you want to do commentary work, you want him to come and do. Chidi even used to do wanted to do choreography for fight movies, if I remember correctly.
yeah.
Hit him
I'm
up. He's
still
an
doing that, low
awesome
key.
guy. Yeah, low key. Chidi is multi-talented, multifaceted. He can fight with weapons. He can fight with the sword. He can fight with the nunchucks. He has the knives. He has karambits. He's solid. Please, if you want to just see a dope ass person live a dope ass life in the beautiful city of Abuja, follow him on Instagram at Bboydiml.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
And definitely the least in this situation, Oche Young Jollof Edache, your host, the person who tried to keep this train moving. Some days we fall, some days we soar past the skies. But my motto has always been to be 1% better than I was yesterday, and to the glory of God Almighty and Jesus Christ, my Savior. Here I am living life and living it one day at a time, trying to live it on my own terms and create opportunities for my friends, uplift people I know from difficult times, and just give people something to laugh about, something to be happy about. And that's what comeback culture means to me now at this point in my life. Just a way to give back because life is short. So I think on that note, we can end this show tonight. Chidi, thank you for your time. Thank you everybody for tuning in.
Sure, thanks a lot.
Love you. And yeah. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the greatest show on earth.
I'm so mean I make medicine sick. That's bad.
This is combat culture.